Hey everybody, this is Dr. Chris Dost. Welcome to my Reading Biblical Aramaic channel. This channel covers not only the texts from the Hebrew Bible that are originally in Aramaic, the portions from Daniel and Ezra and the few other portions from like Genesis and Jeremiah, but it also includes reading the ancient Aramaic Targums. And so today we're going to be looking at Targum Onkelos, Targum Neophiti, and Targum Pseudo-Jonathan, and their treatment of Exodus 3:3. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please be sure to do so. Click the bell to be notified when I publish additional videos in this series, and be sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate the support. All right, let's get started. So here we're looking at Targum Onkelos. So the verse begins with Va'amar Moshe, which means, and Moses said. Now Moses said, and this corresponds to the Hebrew Vayomer Moshe. And notice that Va'amar, that's a suffix conjugation, whereas the Hebrew has the Vav consecutive Vayomer, and the Vav consecutive is not a feature of Aramaic, and so Aramaic will just use the Vav plus the suffix conjugation. So, and he said, who said? Moses. So the Targum here follows the word order of the Hebrew, verb first, subject second. So Moses said, et pnei chan, and et pnei is a GT verb in the first common singular prefix conjugation, which here is going to have a volitional force. Let me turn aside, and then chan means now. Let me now turn aside. And then what follows is a prefix conjugation verb preceded by vav. It's a prefix conjugation, first common singular, G stem verb of the root chet zayin yud, so that I may see, which corresponds to the Hebrew ve'ere, which is going to have a subjunctive force, so that I may see. Yat chezvana. Yat is a definite direct object marker comparable to the Hebrew et. Chezvana means the sight, and chezvana is related to the verb achze. This word can also mean vision or dream, but that's not the meaning here in the context, which is followed by the attributive adjective rabbah, great. Now, rabbah is a masculine singular determined form, and the reason why it's in the masculine singular determined form is because an attributive adjective has to agree in gender, number, and state with the noun it modifies. And so since chezvana is a masculine singular determined form, the attributive adjective rabbah also has to be. And then we have haden following that, which means this. So taken together, chezvana rabbah haden means this great sight, which is comparable to the Hebrew, which is really a very wooden translation of hamare hagadol hazeh, this great sight from the Hebrew text. Maden means why in this case. La mitokad asana. So la is the negative form in Aramaic corresponding to the Hebrew lo. Mitokad, it's an itafal participle or a CT participle, the passive of the C stem or the afel stem, and here it means being consumed, being burnt up. Why it is not burning? Why what is not burning? Asana, the bush, the thorn bush, asana, which corresponds to the Hebrew hasne. So let's read it through one more time. Va'amal Moshe et pnei cha'an ve'achzei yat chezvana rabbah haden maden la mitokad asana. And so Targum Onkelos is a very wooden or literal translation of the Masoretic text. Let's go over now to look at Targum Neophiti. Targum Neophiti begins the same way, Va'amar Moshe, and Moses said. Now the verb that's chosen here is iste, which is a G stem verb of the root samech tet yud, but it means the same.